What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome back to another video here on Peg City Hockey, and today we're going to be talking about Rick Bowness's comments made the other day about Ville Heinola, and not just about Ville Heinola, but about the entire Jets defense as of late, and what they need to do to improve it, in my own opinion, and, specifically about Ville Heinola, because Rick Bowness came out and said that it'd be unfair to bring up the young defenseman right now because of how much time he's missed, quoting that he's just not ready, and, this is coming from the same guy that said that he was going to make this team. He had earned his spot at the start of the year prior to that brutal injury that he suffered against the Ottawa Senators in preseason. And, we've seen this story time and time again with Ville Heinola. And this isn't going to be me sitting here, Jets fans, going, oh, Rick Bowness is wrong. I'm fuming over here, because that's not really how I feel. Because, yes, I think Ville Heinola should be given an opportunity at this club. 110%. I've always been on Team Ville because I am on Team Prospects. I like drafted development. This team has preached drafted development for the last 12 years, 14 years. And it's been, and look at the players on this team. You look at all the star power, everybody has been drafted. This is how Winnipeg gets their guys. It always has been, and Ville Heinola is no exception. I think this guy really could be a difference maker. I think Cheveldayoff thinks he could be a difference maker. There's a reason why the Jets haven't traded him, and they hold on to him and hype him up for a good reason. This guy has proven that he can play pretty damn well at every level of hockey the last couple of years, and just hasn't been given a fair look in the NHL. He suffered that brutal injury, against the Senators, like I said, and he would have made the team. Like, in preseason, he was playing great. He had that great goal against Calgary. He was joining the rushes a lot, moving the puck well, and this injury just took him out for 69 weeks, and it was brutal because, Nate Schmidt wouldn't have been on this club. And yeah, I know it's a whole what-if situation there, but I still think that for the greater good, this team could have looked a lot different and a lot more deadlier at times even. And I think that no matter what happens with Ville Heinola now, healthy or not, I just don't think, with the way the Jets have been playing, that he's really going to take a guy out of that lineup, If you really ask yourself, do you really see Nate Schmidt getting taken out of the lineup when they've been just using him on the power play still all season long as up until recently? That's not how Rick Bowness is. That's not how true North is. And this is a guy, too, it's not like he's been playing bad, Ville Heinola has played 12 games already in the AHL, put up 5 points, 3 goals, a +1 on a very bad Moose team, so I know plus-minus isn't the best, stat to gauge people by, but on that Moose team, it's actually not that bad to look at, because they have not been good up until recently, and that's because they've begun getting a lot of help, but I digress, it's a different story. I think that the Jets need to add still. I think that Ville Heinola would improve, and, Logan Stanley is not the answer long-term. As a 7th defenseman, he's been as mediocre as a 7th defenseman as you would want, right? But at the end of the day, Ville Heinola, I think, could make this team better. And if he makes this team worse, well, then send him back. He's on an entry-level deal. You're not going to have to worry about losing him on waivers. And I think that this team could really benefit from adding a guy like Ville Heinola. And if they don't want to use Ville Heinola, if Ville Heinola, isn't the guy that they think is going to come in and take a guy out of this lineup, then I think that you need to look, if you're Cheveldayoff, at the trade market. And we've talked a lot about the trade market, over the last little bit, and for good reason. Obviously, the Jets have, made a big splash with the Monahan move. You see Vancouver getting Lindholm, and the Chevy responded very quickly and was like, we're getting our guy early too, and they bring in Monahan. But I think it's the bat signal needs to be activated again, the Chevy signal needs to be activated again, and he needs to call the Calgary Flames. And you know who I'm talking about, Chris Tanev. We've talked about him a fair amount this season. I'm on the West Coast. I've watched Chris Tanev for a very long time. I think he's a very, very damn good defenseman. Obviously, he doesn't put up the most points, but that's not what his game is. He is one of the best defensemen when it comes to just blocking shots, defensive game, and whatnot in the NHL. And, the asking price lately has been a first-round pick and something else, but it seems like teams aren't willing to part for a first for him, that they'll be offering a second. So if that's the case, if I'm Cheveldayoff, I'm trying to make a package together, because if Ville Heinola isn't going to be getting an opportunity to really play with this team and take a guy out, I understand why. I don't agree with it necessarily, but I can understand the logic, even if I disagree with it. So I think that I think this team needs to improve their defense, whether or not be internal or through a trade. I think Tanev could be the guy. So if I'm Cheveldayoff, I think I'm getting on the phone with Calgary right away, and I'm getting that ball moving, because the Canucks want him, the Leafs want him, the Edmonton Oilers want him. Pretty much every Canadian team that's hot right now wants Chris Tanev at the deadline. So, like I've already said, you've already kind of gone all in with the Monahan move. It's not like in the past where you see Vlad Nemestikov getting acquired at the deadline for a 4th-round pick or something like that, or trading for Zach Sanford, because that's the type of death move that the Jets need to put them over the edge. They went out there and they got their guy in Sean Monahan, and they traded a 1st-round pick and a conditional pick to bring him here. So you can't forget about that. They made a big splash acquiring Monahan. So I think that there's still something left left in the tank for this team. I think that they should go out there and try to acquire as much talent as possible to push them over the edge. I don't care about this slump coming out of the All-Star break because it's over now. You won against the Penguins, win on Wednesday against the Sharks, and just go out there and be the best that you can be. I believe in this Jets team. I really do. I don't think this is the same type of slump we've seen in the past, and I think that they need to go out and add more. I think Tanev could be exactly what they need to put them over the edge, and it's not because he's the most flashy player out there, it's because he's the most offensive, reliable player, probably, being moved going into this deadline. So if I'm Chevy, get those phones ringing and bring him in. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and check out all the affiliate links down in the description below. Peace, love, and positivity as always. Go Jets, go! And I will see you guys in the next one very, very soon.
It'll all be over.